American ID photo? Chinese Instagram? What is that?
Oh my god! What is that?
Is there any relationship really? Well, firstly, ladies and gentlemen, I want to be clear. It's really not because I have nothing funny to share today. I'm serious, you know. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm your brother from another mother, Max, and today let's talk about something super funny. Hold up. Firstly, let's go back to the topic. American ID photo? Well, I guess the first moment most people think about this stuff is when you go to that kind of a photo machine. I guess that's what we call, right? Taking photos at some places required when you apply for your driving license or passport. That's all. And maybe after done that, some of you guys will definitely complain a little bit about the photos quality, like no filter. Yeah, that's true. Almost every corner of your regular face gonna show out, and some other guys behind could be judging like, wow, it's absolutely a god-made disaster. And Chinese Instagram? Yeah, it's just like Instagram, and the numerous guys show their photos, videos, or selfie in there. Okay, I guess somebody gonna be like, oh my god, I'm kind of tired. You told me there's not only Chinese TikTok like Douyin, but also Chinese Instagram? So how many apps do you guys actually copy already? Chinese Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Tinder? Well, forget it. That's not the point today. But you know, the reason why Chinese Instagram came out is mostly because of the network firewall there. So my dear Chinese friends, they are not that easy to use the real Instagrams there. Okay, anyway, the story we're talking about today begins from this Chinese Instagram, Little Red Book. Sounds kind of similar, right? Some of you guys might feel like, is there any business with another well-known Little Red Book? No, seriously, it's not. Come on, just think about it. How dare they can do that in China?
How dare you!
As we know, like Instagram, not everyone prefers this app. For example, your grandma definitely not always show up on Instagram, right? Maybe recently, she plays TikTok more, or even Facebook. So, it means even in China, the target of Little Red Book is mostly on young guys. And the next thing for this app is how to create more and more fashion style. And that's what Little Red Book have to do to get more young people in. Compared to Chinese Twitter, Weibo, Little Red Book is not targeted or cared a lot by authoritative department, for it's mostly just about personal sharing or celebrity stuff, but not public news and information. Moreover, personal show is always the major on this app, so more and more young people would love to share and create new stuffs there. And one of the big things is selfie. Just like the fashion we've been feeling before, social networks do create selfie and make it popular to comment in our daily lives today. And that's the reason why many of us are obsessed with Instagram. So the new fashion born from selfies is always the blockbusters, and so in China. Then American ID photo came out. The first moment I find out this stuff, I feel pretty weird too, because we usually imitate celebrity style or some other creative things like mannequin challenge. And I'm sure most of you guys watched this stuff before, right? But making ID photo to fashion, this is absolutely the first time. So far, the tag of American ID photo has been over dozens of millions views, and in the tag of ID photo, it's also one of the hot things. And here, you're gonna say like, why it's so popular? First thing first, we gotta make clear that there's no difference between ID photos from different places because it's just a photo. No filter, no Photoshop, and even kind of expensive. However, one difference we can notice is that most American guys prefer smiling with showing teeth in front of the camera, which feels like kind of more confident and outgoing. But in China, obvious smile is usually not allowed for ID photo, and that's just the regulation. But when it comes to social network, it's not like that anymore. More and more young guys find out like, well, that looks kind of really different and we like it. And also, more comments came out like, wow, that's the American confidence I've been looking for so long. Or, that's just the authentic way to take ID photo. Here, I want to emphasize again, basically no difference, but when the authentic American ID photo came to China, it's also not that original like some Chinese young guys comment, and it got an evolution. Here you can see on Little Red Book, their version are usually with more filters and even somebody means to put some freckles on their faces, which is not always seen on Asians' faces. But I want to say it's fine because we came out of social media just for fun, and that's all. By the way, honestly, I feel like this difference might be because some Chinese young guys conflict some photos from American school ID card or yearbooks with ID photo. And on your photo, everybody can do whatever motion or facial expression you want. However, behind this thing, we can figure out something more. And one thing is beauty standard. If a lot of people love or even chase a kind of beauty style like makeup or hairstyle, and that is forming a kind of beauty standard, like the famous Kardashian family. Honestly, this family truly changed America's beauty a lot with their body shape and, well, specifically, their butt. And for American ID photo, it's more just about many Chinese guys' imagination on America, or largely say Western beauty standard. Even if in recent years, on Chinese major media, they've been declaring like, America's falling down, or no more hope and public security there, which can somehow reduce young guys' admiration. But in reality, like we can see on Little Red Book, a lot of stuff from America still got popular there among the Chinese young guys, and obviously, they love this beauty standard. For another reason, in the last few years, many feel tired of numerous Korean beauty standards occupying their screen, like purely white makeup, obvious plastic on face, and horribly skinny body shape. Well, even Chinese state channel cannot even avoid it, which eventually made young generation kinda upset. And then they found out the treasure from America like, wow, there are actually a lot of nice stuffs that I never had to look before. So not just the ID photo, but also a bunch of stuffs like sneaker culture or even flight disc. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's that flight disc. But just another Chinese version sports which has been far away from what you can see in America. There, flying disc is not just for fitness, but also to some guys, it's a good way to look for a date and take photos for showing. Not like some Chinese culture stuff came to American network, like being chilling.
现在我有冰淇淋，我很喜欢冰淇淋，但是速度与激情就比冰淇淋速度与激情就我最喜欢。
Which is just for fun. A lot of exotic stuffs in China always stir a huge fashion wave. Here, I want to introduce another thing, and that is Wukang Street. Hold on, what is that? Wu-Tang Clan? Okay, this street in Shanghai in recent years have been a huge popular place for many people coming to check in there. In this street, the most famous place is this Wukang building, which is kept from last century when Western dominate here, and honestly, this building is really decent, full of Western design and style. Thanks for local government redecoration the whole area here. The street became a nice place for taking photos. However, when you look at some posts about this street tag, many say they also want to travel overseas to some real Western places like London, Paris, or New York. But because of Chinese visa-free problem, this street finally became a compromise. Because they don't want to go some Chinese visa-free places like Afghan. And especially in last 3 years, most people were locked down for long, so this is the only option they can go without many barriers. Hilariously, recently, Chinese government just declared their passport has been much better and convenient, which had over 100 countries and areas to go with the visa-free. But, that's totally fake news.
Excuse me, fake news.
For some young guys, they're like, I can't go Paris easily, but little Paris, Shanghai, I can go there, right? Not just the little Paris, many stuffs like pretend to be in LA or West Coast were also a lot on our little red book. For these guys, they usually find a fake place which looks pretty like a street or supermarket in California. And to be honest, sometimes even I cannot tell the difference. All these things are not new stuffs there. And in fact, this bizarre imitation about a Western beauty standard has been in China for years since last century. For example, a lot of Chinese cities have similar parks where almost all of famous traveling spots are there, and for many people, they can easily take a mini global vacation there, just paying a ticket. But recent years, this is no more popular, but something new came out, like pretending in LA. Okay, back to what we talked about today. It's not about right or wrong. It's just about something funny which deserves us to talk about. I think many Chinese youth still and will have obsession to a lot of good stuffs from West, even if China and Western intense relations for the last and the next few years, which is not like many fake news saying Chinese young people have no more interest in America. Internet is much free and full of magic, which can give young kids more chance to create what they want, like the rise of TikTok. And I believe it's unstoppable. Probably one day we can see Chinese ID photo or pretending in Beijing. This kind of tag could be huge fashion on Instagram. But who knows? Thank you for watching, and hopefully subscribe or ring the bell and leave some comments if you like. See you next time.